Hello, how are you feeling today? I'm doing okay. It's Sunday, back at work today. Nothing really to report there. Just stuff happened, whatever. But instead, no, today I was surprised by a Facebook thing. People were talking about high school. It's a rundown of things like, quick questions about high school. And it made me think about high school for the first time in a while. And I did the math, and I didn't really talk about it, but yeah, this year marks the 25th anniversary of me graduating from high school. Yeah. So, high school and I didn't get along. I would say I had problems with school in general, and each level as I got higher and higher and higher, the problems became harder to ignore. I think in elementary school they just let some things go. Like I just didn't want to do some assignments, and then I was like, oh well, he just didn't do those assignments. And in middle school, there were certain assignments I didn't do or I did very shoddily, and we just kept going. It's like, oh, no, that's fine, it's fine. We hand them in the semester. And then once I got to high school, everyone's like, no, you actually have to do this work, and we insist. And they sent notes home. My parents got very angry, and it was just, it was a very poor experience for a lot of reasons. But I don't want to focus on that too much because honestly, I need more than 5 minutes, and it's like describing a different person. I was such a specific type of damaged teenager. And I gotta say, the timing of this, I don't know my parents managed to time this out, but things were rocky for them during middle school, but me entering high school and them deciding they were getting divorced was like really close to each other. I want to say both were in the same fall, certainly within the same school year for sure. And at the time, being a damaged teenager, I was already like, well, I don't care, they fight all the time. This is better for them. But yeah, it was a problem. There was stressors going on, and I was just a complete mess. I was a complete mess in high school. And but here's the thing. I had friends, years later, as things got worse in America and people talked about, high school problems and high school violence and bullying in high school and, you know, Columbine, which was 20 years ago, it kind of made me reflect on the fact that my high school experience really wasn't that bad. It was just that I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared or well supported enough to attend high school with normal human beings. I just didn't have those skills. And I suffered as a result. It wasn't that high school was torture for me, but I was tortured. No, I got it backwards. It's not that I was tortured in high school. High school was torture for me. But, no one beat me up. Okay, one kid attacked me in the streets, but he, had some kind of serious problem that someone needed to take care of. It wasn't even about me. He ran up in the streets and attacked me, and I wasn't injured, but, he knocked me down, and he shouted at me, and I didn't even know who he was. So it was kind of this weird thing that happened. Whatever. I barely remember his name. No, most of the stuff that went on for me in high school was just, my own problems. I had convinced myself that I was unattractive and unpopular and unwanted. So I pushed people away who tried to get closer to me, and I was miserable all the time, which made people not want to be my friend. And some people at the time blamed me for all that, which I think was harsh because they were adults, they should know better. But it was just it's not like if I had turned everything around and I had been suddenly bright and chipper and smiled all the time, that suddenly I would have a lot of friends. I just would have been hiding the real problem. So, anyway, High school was a serious problem for me all around. Things got much better when I went to college, but not quite, because I still didn't know how to behave in an academic environment, and I didn't do the work. And when you don't do work in college, there's like, get out. So that's what happened when I went to college for the first time. Which is why I didn't graduate college 25 years ago, or 20 years ago. I graduated closer to 10 years ago. Anyway, high school was bad for me, but it wasn't that bad. That's what I learned today when I filled the form, and it's like, it just, I had a bad time in high school, but it wasn't that people were that bad to me. I had a really bad time in high school. Which is why I wanted to ask, would you ever go back? Like, no. I'll visit the building, sure. I wouldn't mind visiting the building, but the idea of like going back to high school, no. No, I'm good. Anyway, I think now I will go back to bed because that sounds great. Good night, everybody. I love you.